Previously on Knight's Quest.
My father is a bard by trade, so that is the skill that I have some knowledge of.
Within the next few days, I would like to put together a performance in the town square.
The first one that you learned is Mother's Lullaby. You learn the song Careless Whisper. It makes people whisper their internal thoughts carelessly. He stepped out of the library. He is known as the Reader. He is a religious leader in this town because you believe in a deity called the Writer. There's something on your mind.
I don't know. I've just been having these thoughts about fate and want out of life, and I can't even really articulate it.
Roll for ratiocination. Searching through all these cows frantically, you just realize it is the essence of cow.
Can I have some of that bread, please?
He just pulls out a loaf and hands it to you.
Cast sweep on himself. Yeah, Quis is dozing. And when she gets into her bedroom, she opens up the pouch and she takes a small box out from under her bed and she opens it up and counts what she has. And adds the 2 gold pieces to that and closes it and puts it back into the bed.
Tomorrow we perform. You're gonna be performing with me. So we're back now. Welcome back. I do just want to remind my 2 character friends, you can at any moment do whatever you want. You could leave Goldon. You could kill everyone.
Oh, okay.
You could,
I don't think I'm going to do that.
Again, I just want you to know I have things prepared, but feel free to say, Nathan, fuck your preparations. I want to go to the town of Hidgety and find true love.
I really want to go to Hidgety.
I mean, I kind of do too.
It sounds like such a beautiful place.
It's nice.
Cool.
There's thing's there, I guess. Cool. It's the day of the performance. I'm gonna skip this garbage. You wake up stuff. I want to do Quis waking up. Okay, so we'll start with Rainer because he's the most important, but then we'll get to Quis. Rainer, you wake up. You had a very good night's sleep. Are you still thinking about contemplative stuff? Or are you it's go time? It's game day.
I am thinking about my mom. So it's a combination of both, kind of.
Because, you think about your mom when you play Mother's Lullaby, obviously, because she played that for you.
Yeah, and just the legacy of music in our family and stuff, but it's also making me think about other big picture stuff.
Yeah.
Probably not the greatest mindset for this really important day, but
don't worry about it.
He'll calm down by the time it's time for the performance.
Right. Okay. Your father is getting, he's just pulling the last strings on his drum, just tightening that new leather on there. Like, son, I'm so excited.
What color is the drum?
Oh my god.
He's got one that's red and one that's yellow. He's like, son, I'm so ready. Now, I'm going to need you to help me get my band on. It's a process, as you know.
Band?
He's the one-man band.
Yeah, but you know what? Never mind.
You got to help him get all the pieces together.
I want you to roll for music
sure,
to see
Dad.
how well you can put this together. Roll for music for me. Take one of the lovely dice. Oh yeah,
That's
you
19 plus
3. You've been doing this since you were Bjorn. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And so you put that baby together real quick.
God smites you.
I'm so proud of that joke because I said that, I thought of it as I was saying it. So you put the pan flute, over your dad's neck. You attach it so that the drums are at his waist, along with the lute on his side. You've got it so that his feet got the bells on it. Also the other drum down by there, and of course his right hand has some kind of maraca thing on the wrist. He's revved and ready to go. And you've got your ocarina.
Dad, I know you're gonna take this as a compliment. And I don't mean it as a compliment, but I know you're gonna take it as one. You look absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, thank you, son.
Yeah, no problem.
That was my goal all along.
Yep.
If your mother could see me now.
Yeah.
Let's do this one for her. She helped me design this, I mean, she helped me. She took off a lot of parts. There used to be a lot more instruments, but she said they weren't needed. I didn't need 3 types of flutes one would do it, but...
I mean, you could make the argument that no one needs 3 types of flutes.
Your mother was a wise woman. Shall we go to the center of town?
Yeah, I think it's time.
To the town square.
I'm excited, yeah.
All right, as you guys walk there, let's pop over to Quis. Quis, you wake up. You had a blissful Quis sleep.
Yeah, Quis wakes up in like a puddle of his own drool.
Because at this point he's been awake for like 48 hours before.
But he had it wasn't a nat 20, but it was a 20 level.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a sweep, man.
Yeah, it was a good sweep.
The sweep swept him off his feet.
Yeah.
So he like kind of like slowly wakes up, like the sun is coming in through the windows, and it kind of pans across the floor as the morning presses on, and slowly kind of reaches him, and in the warm sunlight he kind of comes to, like naturally just kind of wakes up, and he kind of like and he kind of stands up and like wipes his face off, and he's feeling a little peckish, and so he like looks over and there's like a loaf of bread sitting there on like the desk, and so he goes over and he eats this bread that's been put out for him.
Does he not remember?
No, he's still awake. He's drowsy. He's in his early morning days, and so he's hungry. He's looking for a snack. So so he eats the bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to roll a strength. This is an internal strength. For those following at D&D, this would have been Constitution.
5.
Okay, so you eat it, and...
For those following this audio, I have no idea what's happening.
Quis wakes up,
yes.
and he's like really, he's got like tired eyes.
Yeah.
And he's hungry, and he looks over and there's bread, so he goes
the
to eat
bread
it.
he put there.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember that yet. He's not awake yet. He just sees the bread.
Okay, sure.
So you grab the bread that you had gotten from Leroy. You haven't investigated it. You haven't checked it. And you're pretty hungry, so you go hard on this bread.
Yeah.
Do you eat the whole loaf, or do you save a tiny bit?
I eat like half a loaf. I'm not a large person.
That's true. You're a small person. So you eat half the loaf.
Did we establish that?
Look at the picture of him.
We established it by drawing it. He's short.
He's a very small...
We've never said it, but it's true.
Small in stature.
Oh my god. I love
so you eat it, and you ate it way too quickly, and you forgot why you had grabbed this bread, and so you do not feel good. You don't feel queasy. Like, obviously, there's a little bit of like that your tummy's a little upset, but you don't feel like throwing up. You feel almost like you're dizzy. Like a little dizzy.
Like
a little,
foggy.
Yeah, foggy, a little lightheaded. And you naturally have a lisp, but you find it even more difficult to talk.
Okay.
To get your words out, to process. It's almost like you're a little drunk, but you're not quite like actually like walking. Yeah. Just like that. It takes you longer for your thoughts to get through your body. Kind of like how I'm talking right now. It just takes you a lot longer to get that stuff through.
Okay.
I'm not super clear why you are deciding the effects. Wasn't this whole thing kind of your...
No, I just got the bread to investigate it. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I am still the writer. I still tell you what happens when you eat bread.
Yeah. I can't argue with that.
Do you want to do anything else before we pop back over to the Bjornsons?
Yeah, I think Quis maybe needs some fresh air, so I think he goes downstairs to leave.
So is he going to head down to Town Square?
Yeah.
Okay. Then my last two questions with Jonathan and Katrina. Do they go to the performance?
Katrina definitely does.
Yeah. Salazar is going as well. Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like Jonathan gotta go support his boy.
Go support.
Yeah.
But before he does that,
we have loyalty to each other as a game stat.
Before he goes there, he goes pays a visit to Lysander.
Oh my god.
Lysander's store. Since this is our first time in the town square, one improvement has been made to the town square around the fountain. It's a standard fountain. It's round and has a thing that bubbles up. But the fountain is about 2 feet off the ground. A stage has been built around the fountain at the same height with it that goes out a little bit. This is something that we've seen before. This is brought out for festivals. This is brought out when the Bjornsons perform out here. So you've seen this before, but it's a stage that's brought out into the town square.
Is Leroy here as well?
Yeah, I mean
I want to do a prank with Leroy.
The blacksmiths and the bakers are like right next to each other, and they're in the town square, so you can.
Okay, I think I'm gonna stop by Leroy's on the way and get his help for this.
Mm-hmm. Leroy Baker is definitely like the villain of an Encyclopedia Brown story. He's like an 8th grader.
Freaking 8th grader.
And he stole the cakes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Leroy, he's already outside the shop. I mean, people have started to gather around. It's not crazy packed yet, but there's a couple people, and Leroy's kind of out, just looking at people, kind of smiling, like it's a great day.
Hey, Leroy.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have?
Hold on, secret handshake. perfect. That was so intricate and beautiful. I hope everyone can see.
Yeah, it's really going to translate well to an audio format.
All right, pleasantries over. Leroy, do you have a bucket and or deep set pan?
And or a deep set pan. He thinks about it. He just deep set. Can it be just like a deeply made pan? Or does it have to be set?
No, just get me something that can hold a lot of liquid.
Oh, a liquid holder. We have a shelf for that. He goes back, and do you follow him? I really want to.
No, I wait outside.
Because it was going to have a label that said liquid holders on the shelf.
I think the door is open. I think.
Yeah, you look at it. There's a literal label that says liquid holders, and he brings it out for you. It's a bucket. It's just it's a normal
Perfect.
bucket.
All right. Okay, now Leroy. Here's what I need.
No, it's a pot. I want it to be pot.
Great. It's a pot.
It's a pot.
Leroy, thank you. All right. Here's what I need from you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go into the town square, which is a circle. I never understood that. So we're going into the town square.
Oh my god.
Leroy, stick with me. Leroy, I need you.
We don't have time for another cow situation, Leroy.
Leroy, here's what I need you to do. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to go and harass Lysander. Just at the corner of his shop, just get his attention. Just really talk to him.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, perfect.
He pulls out a picture of a cow, kind of flicks it off.
It's
fresh. I did it yesterday when the Bjornsons were playing music. They didn't even know.
I'm so happy for you. Now, please do something with it.
Okay. He walks over to Lysander. He's like, "Yo, Lysander." Lysander, he's just like, Leroy. Hey. Listen, I'm trying to get as much work done before my forge quits on me. So I'd really appreciate. Hold on. Lysander.
Going to happen.
Lysander, I gotta show you this picture. Is it a cow? I gotta show you this picture of a cow. Okay, all right, I will. I told your parents I would.
Is this something he does to everyone in town?
I will look at your cow, Leroy. Let me see it. Okay, so he is distracted.
Okay, so I'm gonna run to the fountain and fill up the bucket with some water.
It's filled. Yep.
I'm gonna go back to the blacksmith shop and I'm gonna dump the water into the forge. But before I'm done, I'm gonna go back to the water and fill up another bucket, and then go back to the blacksmith and dump water in the reserves of the coal. Or whatever it is he uses, whether it's wood or coal, I want to drench that as well.
Okay. We gotta give us a prank and roll.
I am listening, but I can't make my head understand.
He dumped water in the forge, and then he dumped water on his fuel.
I'm dumping water in the forge to put it out, and then I'm dumping water on whatever coal or wood, whatever he uses to run the forge to soak it wet.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's a 3.
Ooh.
No. You rolled a 1, my boy.
Right, but plus 2, it's a 3.
You rolled a 1.
Okay.
It's a critical fail. So you got the bucket. I did say that happened. But as you're running back to dump the water, how do we want this to fail?
Isn't that always the question?
We'll start off by Lysander. He's like, "Listen, okay, Leroy, I don't have time." And he turns around right at the same time that you are running past. And so you're not even able to get to the forge, but you've got the bucket of water. You're kind of bumping it, and the water just flies all over Lysander. And Lysander looks at you. He looks at the bucket, and he kind of looks at Leroy, and he's like, "Wait a minute. What were you doing with that water?"
Oh my god.
There was a fire in your workshop. I was trying to put it out.
There's supposed to be a fire. There wasn't a fire 2 days ago, so I can understand why you were confused.
No. See, there was a fire, and you were not observing it. So technically, it was a wildfire. It's not in the middle of town.
Oh my
god. Roll charisma.
It's
gotta be high. Nope. I am not impressed.
2, ladies and gentlemen.
This is my job, and you know
was
this.
A 2.
Listen, pal. I have been being harassed by a spirit of jesting lately, and I know you summon those shit somehow. You have trances with them. I don't know what you do in your free time.
Trances?
You can you commune with the jesting spirits, okay?
Thank you.
So I have a hunch you might be partially connected to this, but not solely responsible.
That is more fun and interesting than what actually happened.
I don't know what you were gonna do with this water, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, what a severe punishment.
Oh, fine. You want me to roll to see how I feel about this?
I mean, kinda.
I'm fucking pissed. Listen, man. I work hard here, and from what I've heard, you're a lazy, good-for-nothing prankster.
And then real quick, I yell, "Whoa, Leroy, don't eat that!"
Oh my god.
Leroy?
And then I run away.
Roll a prank. I need to see if that works.
Leroy is the perfect scapegoat.
Oh no! Leroy, you yell, Leroy, don't eat that. Leroy's like, I wasn't eating anything.
Leroy, you gotta help me.
And Lysander's just been like staring at you down. He's like, I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling for nothing like that. You know what I'm gonna have to make you do? We got a performance going on today. It's gonna be attracting all people, all right next to my shop. And I've been low on business because my forge isn't working. Smoke's been billowing. It's been weird.
It has been weird.
You know what I'm gonna make you do?
It's been awfully weird.
I'm going to make you go be my sales rep. You're going to go advertise my store. You're going to walk around and tell people how great Lysander's Blacksmith is because I provide all the tools for your mining business.
So why would you need an advertiser if you already provide the tools for the mining business?
Why would he think that Jonathan is a good choice for this?
You know my character.
I do? Yes, I do. Yep.
So why would you set me free in a throng of people to give your business a good name? No, you know what? No, this is good. Yes, I will absolutely do this.
Go work for me.
Okay.
And I hope to see more customers return to me.
You will definitely see people.
Good. Yes, I am the winner in this situation.
Oh my god.
You got it, boss.
I like that. The Bjornsons now arrive in town again. You're still a little, you're early. The show's not going to be for a little while. And so your father climbs up on the stage and just kind of like scouting out the area, just kind of getting the vibes for the wind and the way sound is going to travel. Just kind of does his routine. That is more just out of tradition than out of necessity. And you also see Noble Mincer walking from the manor with Lord Bjornrust. Do you feel like Quis would have gone before them or after them?
Well, Quis, I feel like Quis was
He slept in.
Yeah, he's left.
So he hasn't woken up yet. His stuff hasn't happened yet.
No one woke him.
And so Bjornrust and Mincer are talking as they're walking down. I'll describe how Noble Mincer is feeling, and you can tell me how Bjornrust is. Noble Mincer, he doesn't look great. He's obviously wearing his nice clothes, and his hair is done nicely, but you can tell his skin is a little red.
Oh my god.
It's not like puffy or covered in dots, but it's definitely not as fair as it was when you saw him 2 days ago. It looks agitated. And his whole demeanor looks agitated. But that's also like his standard demeanor.
True. That is
and
true.
You hear him say, well, I hope this celebration goes off without a hitch. Because personally, I'm just not a fan of this town right now.
Mincer, may I call you Mincer?
That's what you've been calling me for the past 2 days. So you may continue.
Yes, well, frankly, I want to extend once again my sincerest apologies. I have no idea how an entire coop's worth of chicken feathers ended up.
A whole coop?
I had no idea that...
I'm allergic to chicken feathers, and them alone.
I know, that's why we had your bed and your pillow stuffed with peacock
feathers. It was hauntingly that it looked like a person wearing my clothes. I can't wear those clothes.
So much, like, every single element of it went so much better than Jonathan.
I came here to your town of Goldon on request by the king himself because he needed someone to be the new head of this region. And I kindly decided, why the fuck not? I need a promotion. I need to sound more important. So yeah, let's do this shit. But now, I don't know how I feel about it. That's all I gotta say.
Cool.
Okay. I honestly, I wasn't sure because every time I tried to start talking the last 5 minutes, you interrupted me. So
I feel.
Are we good now?
Just saying, this music better be the shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm a fan of
I think it's my turn with the talking stick. Okay.
He physically hands you a stick.
Oh my god.
I've apologized profusely. No one knows how that happened. I can safely say.
We're sure we didn't talk to your servant dude, the butler guy.
No one in this town.
What was his name?
Possibly no.
What was his name?
Jerome. Yeah.
Jerome. What's his face? Dirigible.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll go with that for now. Absolutely. No, he does not live in the building. In fact, he does most of his tasks in the out-purpose building directly behind the house. So he only enters the house when needed. So there was no way he would have been in your room. And I know Quis was rather occupied.
Yeah, where that silly boy at?
I honestly expected to see him
I
here.
haven't seen him since... I don't even know.
I expected him to be here
yesterday
already.
And see him the day before that. I was getting leather. Fuck Terrence. Is Terrence coming?
Go get leather.
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like we're rather far from his usual haunt.
Terrence is coming.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Because there's people. Where there's people, there's money.
Yeah.
Although it is ironic that like the thing he hates about us most is our shitty music.
No, he does like your music. No, Terrence hates music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Terrence hates your music. Yeah, good point.
That's what I said.
I thought you were talking about Noble Mincer.
Oh.
No, Noble Mincer does like your music.
Yeah. I've said it, and I will reassure you again, there's no chance of anything happening. For some reason, all the chickens in town are completely bare, so there's no way they could have any more feathers. We've burned them all. But
yeah, there was some tasty chicken dinner last night.
Yes, it was quite tasty.
There was a lot of it, though.
I think he meant they burned the feathers.
That's absolutely what I meant.
Not that they committed mass arson to murder all the chickens that were
chicken
now
farmer.
bare.
I'm glad you negotiated me to not burn all those chickens. I was gonna do it.
Already like defeathered.
You persuaded
fired
me.
all of them.
You persuaded me not to do that, but I was gonna.
And I did exactly as you requested. I imported shuttle-born feathers from the Hidgety farms, and I used those in your bedroom, so you have no fear whatsoever of ever.
Just for clarification, what kind of bird did you just say?
Shuttle something.
All right, well, we'll listen to that on the recording later.
Yeah. And those birds, the ones that you're not allergic to.
So it definitely wasn't the small breed of pigeons. So it wasn't the Hidgety Pidgeties.
Shut the fuck up.
We're going back. We are redoing whatever you said.
We're going way back.
The Hidgety Pidgeties.
You know, I've already done exactly as you asked and got a shipment of feathers in from the Hidgety Pidgeties from the Hidgety farms.
I guess that'll do for now. Listen, I'm sick of talking with you. I want my cake.
Oh my god.
Where's my cake?
I have absolutely no... What are you talking about?
Leroy,
why
finishing his distraction.
Burnrust has no luck with... Everyone just yells at him and is mean to him. I feel bad.
That's why I said he needs to regain his town. Control.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, Leroy.
No, that was supposed to be just my Nathan voice, and sometimes I actually use that Leroy voice in my daily life.
I thought Leroy was saying that's why he made him a cake.
Oh, no. The cake is for the celebration.
Oh, okay.
Leroy now presents the cake, and I'm going to see how well he does that. Oh, he does great. He does great. It is majestic. It is majestic. Just so you know, I rolled in that 20. He walks out, and he does a little bit of a spin, and he brings out the cake he had been working on the day before with the golden frosting and icing on the white icing. He presents it, and he does a little kneel right before Lord Burnrust, and he says, "Here is your cake, my lord."
Well, disregarding how strange that was, the table's right over here. I'm not expecting you to hold it this whole time.
Oh, yeah. See how well he puts it on the table. Oh, no. I rolled it, too. Why do I roll for all these things? Why can't I just have him put it on the table?
He just puts it on the table.
Can we just put it on?
He already rolled a 20.
He put it on the table.
The cake.
He puts it on the... I don't want him to drop the cake. He puts it on the table. Just fine.
Maybe he puts it on the table, but while he does, he's saying, "Yeah, I put it on the table."
He does it.
That's the failure.
Yeah, I put it on the table.
And then everyone watching is just like, "What the fuck?"
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
Time passes. Do you want to do anything specific before the show, or we can just have the show? Everyone is now here that we have talked about before. Any other previously mentioned character is now here. So Katrina Quis finally has arrived. A little groggy, and he's kind of shaking his head, just like...
I think I probably see if I can track down Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan... What have you been...
If he's
Jonathan's
here, if he's
Jonathan's wearing a blacksmithing apron and just kind of standing in the middle of the crowd yelling something ridiculous.
Did we give the blacksmith itself like a name?
That's just Lysander's Blacksmith.
Lysander's Blacksmith. Okay.
Yeah. It's like the only blacksmith in town. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why Lysander's afraid of competition.
He's in the blacksmithing apron, and he's just kind of sitting in the middle of the throng of people going like, "Lysander's Blacksmithing, you know him well, you get all your shit from him. But let me ask you this, how many times in the past week has the blacksmithing shop shut down? Quite a few times. So maybe I ask you this question. Why do you go and you get your business from him? This is all, it's just a simple, I'm just throwing it out there.
Charisma.
12.
So
people are listening to you
to be an
but no one is really like awestruck by your revelation. Like no one's going like, oh my goodness, you're.
Revelation?
That's the word. Revelation. So no one's like going like, they're right, Lysanders is bad. They're just kind of like, I mean, it is the way, like, yeah, he shuts down sometimes.
So then I kind of continue on and go, but you know what has been 100% true all the time? He talks to himself nonstop. So here's what I'm suggesting. Maybe just swing by unannounced. You know, just kind of show up, see what you hear. It just might be good for a laugh.
Roll for pranking on that one. Everyone is just kind of, the people that you walk past just go, you can kind of see them like muttering to each other, kind of amused by this idea. And one person, bold enough, just walks over, just some random person. They're just like, hey, Lysander, how you doing? And Lysander...
Is Lysander here?
He's in his shop. He's in his shop, yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's working. I mean, he can still hear the music while he's working. Okay. And he's hammering away, and he's just going, them Justin spirits better not get me today. I'm going to make this sword. I'm going to make some nails. Man, I'm going to make some fucking... Justin spirits ain't going to take none of my garbage. And the person just kind of chuckles to himself and walks away. They don't even continue the conversation. All right.
And then I take my apron off and I put it in the fountain.
Just in the fountain? Like, so you walked on the stage to put it in the fountain?
Is it around the whole stage?
It's around the whole fountain, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of like...
Oh, okay.
I'm picturing it like, so there's the fountain... The stage goes around it so that the performers can walk out.
Okay.
Well, and then everyone surrounds that.
I just go and hang it back up in his blacksmith shop.
Okay. So now Rainer finds...
I think Rainer... I think he heard at least some of that pitch, and he's very confused. And he's just like, so I'm not going to ask about any of that. I just don't think I have the mental capacity for it
No, you can ask.
No, it's just that I don't think I can really handle it right now. I don't know. Like, I'm just nervous. I don't know. I guess I was just hoping to come see you, because... Even if everything else is crazy, at least, I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you can make it.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I got for you. I'm just saying, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, whether it's, because it's obviously going to be good. I mean, that's what we're going with, right?
Yeah,
that's what
I sure hope so.
Okay, so it's but if it isn't, I got pranks.
Oh, that's true. You know what? That actually does kind of help. I have one more question for you. How do you feel about George Michael?
He's a great guy, solid guy.
Yeah, but his music in particular, like, someone's like, hey, this is the most important event of your career, but you got to play George Michael.
I mean, personally, I'm more of a Michelle Bublé man myself.
Michelle Bublé.
But I mean, the Mikey Mike has made some good contributions to the.
His name is Michelle Bublé.
No. I'm talking
now
about.
He's talking about
George Michael, Mikey Mike.
Mikey Mike.
He's made some solid contributions. I mean, why do you ask?
Because I feel like I'm having a little bit of an I don't know, artistic conflict, I guess. Like, it's not really my place to say, hey, we should play this song at the event or this song at the event. It's just, I just don't know if this is exactly the right one. You know what? I'm just gonna go play. Like, it doesn't really matter. Just, you know, my dad's gonna just be ready for some weird songs. That's all.
Yes, and while you do that, I am going to go retrieve the other bag of chicken feathers that I hid.
Oh my god.
The other day.
Oh my god.
I need you to roll for pranking just to see if these chicken feathers exist.
14.
Okay, they exist.
Oh my god. Okay, this is the first I'm hearing about them.
Don't worry. No, it's my last reserves of the chicken feathers.
Are the chickens like? Oh, are they dead?
No,
okay?
They're fine. They're
okay.
They're indoor chickens.
They're indoor chickens.
We have.
It's summer.
It's a farm.
It's summer.
It's a
chicken
chicken farm.
They don't need. They take the feathers off to eat the chickens anyway.
I mean, that's true, but they usually kill them first.
They're not using them.
You know, I'm not.
What do they even do?
They can't fly.
You know, I can't argue with your logic there. I'm gonna go play Careless Whisper.
Great.
I guess.
All right, I'll be back. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna go get those just in case. I got you.
So
I'm more confused, but weirdly, I do feel more confident. So I guess this was a success.
So, is there anything else you want to do before we do the performance?
No, I think I'm good.
Cool. It's go time. All right. So
thanks, Jonathan. You're a pal.
Jonathan, you do have enough time to go back and get your chicken feathers and be back in time for the show. Quis and Katrina, unless for all three of these characters of yours, I'm assuming they're just gonna watch,
right?
Unless you say anything otherwise.
I mean, Jonathan is going to get his prank ready.
Okay. So you are preparing
just in case
unsaid prank. Yeah. Perfect. So everyone is now gathered. It's noon. It's 11. Let's go with it's at 11.
Sure.
And Lord Bjornrust actually goes up, and just so obviously you'll be saying this, but the whole point of this celebration is he is announcing that Noble Mincer is going to be the new region head, and so we're just kind of celebrating that. Celebrating Noble Mincer and just welcoming him to the town. So give us a nice little entry speech.
Friends and townspeople, we gather here today for a celebration of music and of song, and we come here together as a family. You all know me, and I've met most every one of you. We all play a vital role in this ecosystem we've created, and I wanted to take this time to welcome the newest member of our little family. Mr. Noble Mincer here is taking over as the region head to the king, and I'm happy to finally introduce him. He's been here the past couple of days observing our nice town, and well, that's just about as good as I can describe this fellow before he comes and says a few words.
Let me say a few words.
Oh my God.
About me. I'm pretty great. I wear silks and cashmere.
That is a defining character trait.
I'm from the town of Costa Rica. You know where the king lives. It's whatever. And him and I are pretty tight. And he was like, "Yo, Noble." And I'm like, "What up, my king?
That's definitely how
Do you want to go be region head?" And I'm like, "You know, I'll do anything for you, my man." And so I did. And here's some things I've done in my life you might find interesting. I have made a lot of money. I have proved a beggar wrong. Fuck you, Terrence.
Hey!
I'm glad to see you here so I can tell it to your face. Fuck you. You don't have hands, but I do. I'm better than you.
I feel like that's not really an insult.
I do hate your mother still.
Like that's just an observation.
Who here also hates Terrence's mother?
Yeah, me.
And five other people raise their hand.
Hey, my guys, yes.
One of them... No, you can't raise your hand because you don't have any.
That's okay.
He continues to rant on about himself, about how he just really it's just the same things over and over again.
I got money. I wear clothes. And, before we get on to some singing, which, by the way, I'm pumped.
Dad,
I love your songs. I'm jabbed.
Dad, can we skip this somehow? Can we do something here?
Roll charisma.
I don't remember my charisma. So 7 total, so probably not.
Son, we gotta listen. I'm channeling the muses. We can't do this right now.
He's just yelling.
I know.
He's not even saying anything.
We gotta let him go, so we sound better after his crappy speech.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
It's very important that whoever goes before you sucks hard, so you are always better.
I think Quis is kind of nearby. Your mom sucks hard.
And
whoa! Whoa! Does Quis have something against my family?
He kind of chuckles to himself and waddles away.
Does Quis hate me and my dad?
Absolutely no, it's the bread. But you don't know that though. You don't know that. That's good. Noble Mincer continues.
Someone.
What?
I have been welcomed here. The Bjornsons have been very nice. They sent me on a little adventure, and it was so fun. I've met a lot of you. I've had some tea. It's been great. But someone placed a bunch of chicken feathers in my bed. And whoever that is, it's whatever. It's cool.
Rainer suddenly becomes very interested in examining one of the holes of the ocarina.
But if I find out who it is, and it could be Bjornrust himself, it could be Terrence, I got my eyes on you. It could be whom the fuck ever. But when I find out who it is, justice will be served. And I might even bring you to the king himself. I don't even know.
I think Quis just kind of yells up from the crowd, "How do we know you didn't put him in there yourself?"
Is Quis drunk?
Oh, shit.
What?
I rolled a 1. Noble Mincer has a moment where he's like,
Quis, I've been looking for you.
I've never
and you know what?
That.
I guess I don't know either. So then he kind of points his finger at himself. So if you did it, motherfucker, there will be justice to pay. Let's listen to some music.
Oh my God.
Give a round of applause.
Oh my God.
Quis is just, yeah! Woo! 10 minutes, like a whole solid 30 seconds after everyone's done.
How this is going to work is there are 3 acts to this performance.
Okay.
The first one is just generic songs. You and your father are going to be playing together.
Folk tunes.
Then you get to do a solo. Where not solo, but you get to pick one of the 2 songs that you know. You can either do Careless Whisper, or you can do Mother's Lullaby, and then we'll end with a conjoined thing.
Okay.
So what's going to happen for the first one is...
The important thing to me is that I don't have to go up on stage and play Careless Whisper.
Yeah, you don't have to play... You can play Mother's Lullaby if you want. Yeah. I just wanted to give you a new song to play.
Yeah.
So for this first one, we're obviously going to play for music. For this first one, roll for music, and I'm going to roll for your father's music, and we'll add those together to see.
For the record, I don't hate Careless Whisper. I just think it's funny that Rainer does.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 5 plus 3, 8.
Okay, so you rolled an 8. Your father, he has a plus 8 to music.
That's a lot. Good
so he rolled a 15, you rolled an 8, total of 23, so that's going to... You did good. It wasn't incredible. You both of you, I mean, neither of you did phenomenal. It's just kind of, you're warming up still. You're warming up still. You're feeling the crowd. The crowd is still getting into it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't listen to live music very often.
Yeah.
They listen to music very often. I guess there's not non-live music during this time anyway. Unless we can make that. We'll work on that.
We'll figure that out later.
So they're still getting warmed into it, but you know, they are having a good time. You're not screwing up. You miss a note here and there, but it's not to like upset you. It's just you're in the flow. You're in the flow. You're getting it. And now,
are there like? Is there like is it like a celebration? Is there like food and stuff? Or is there just the cake?
There's the cake.
That's it.
But is there like food and drink?
It's a celebration of the cake.
There is the butcher, who is on the town square, has brought out, I don't want to say they're scraps, but he had some extra beef tips and some of the extra chickens.
There's a lot a suspicious amount of
There's
chicken.
a suspicious amount of chickens out and about. And people are munching on those. And the bakers have provided some bread as well. In fact, you're assuming... No, I'm not. You don't assume anything. There's bread.
Cool. Anything to drink at all?
There's some wine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab like a little flagon of wine and Quis and cast Chill Drink on it.
Okay, let's do spellcasting on that bad boy.
All right.
10. It's chilled.
Okay.
You did it.
You chilled the drink.
Freaking down it. Just
all right.
Down the hatch.
One flagon of wine, you're fine. I mean, people, this is a kind of society again where you drink wine more than you drink water because of the cleanliness of it.
What is going on with Quis? Like in total sum, I feel like
Quis ate weird bread.
Bread.
He's feeling weird.
All right. Now,
don't do bread, kids.
Jamie, it's not time for your solo. What song are you going to be playing?
It's gotta be. Oh my god. Up until this exact second, I was like, yeah, he's gonna go play Mother's Lullaby because it's a really emotional thing. Mm-hmm. But now I'm thinking, with like this story we've created and this just how it's gone, I almost think I have to choose to play George Michael's real, actual saxophone song, Careless Whisper.
On the ocarina.
On the ocarina in this fantasy world we've concocted. Because of how absurd that whole sentence was, I think I actually do play Careless Whisper.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, roll a d20, add music.
I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing it. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a 16.
Alright, nice. Okay. So you play Careless Whisper, and you play it well. I mean, you get into it, you feel the rhythm of the song, and with a 16, a couple of people start carelessly whispering their thoughts. What I'm going to have us do, Jake, for each of your 3 characters, roll a d20, and then add your charisma to it.
Okay, so 15.
For who?
Jonathan.
Alright, Jonathan does not whisper anything.
Okay.
Alright, roll for the next one.
13.
Alright, Quis is gonna whisper. Quis is gonna whisper. Yeah.
Quisper?
Whisper his internal thoughts right now.
Quis, like as he's sitting there just kind of entranced by this song, he just kind of whispers to himself, I need a pencil and paper.
He's standing, since he is cousins with Bjornrust, he is next to Bjornrust, and Bjornrust is, actually you roll for Bjornrust. Out of 3. Oh shit. Bjornrust, whisper your internal thoughts.
I really don't know how I feel about this gentleman being in
Regime?
charge.
And Noble Mincer whispers,
this music is good. The chicken tastes good. But did I put the feathers in my book? Is that even possible? And also, I feel like I'm better than everyone here in this town. That's a fact.
All right, now I'll go for Katrina. She says her internal thoughts, and she is next to her father.
God.
But that shouldn't restrict you because she's whispering her internal thoughts.
She whispers, 3 more days.
Oh shit!
Whoa! Oh shit! Oh dude!
Oh shit! What? Sally's gonna go. Oh,
Well, I guess he did know she wasn't planning to stick around.
Salazar whispers,
You know, I put on this attitude that I'm better than everybody else. That I could leave. And, like, I do believe that if I left, this town would crumble. But, like, I don't know if I could make it out there on my own. If I were to leave. And, like, Brenton Russ scares me. Just, he's intimidating. And I love my daughter, but I feel like I'm going to lose her someday.
Oh my god!
And that's all and I enjoy whipping people.
Oh, yep, okay. That was...
Lysander's gonna go. He just goes,
You know, I think there's a Jess spirit. I believe they're real, and I'm hunted. That's all there is to it.
Definitely.
And a bunch of other people just start whispering, but because some of them hear each other, some of them hear the thoughts going on next to them.
Hidgety Unsolved, and it's really freaking me out.
A lot of them are, some of them hear it, but a lot of them are like just listening to your music, and so it's entertaining. It's a good time. And now we move on to the third act, where you and your father pick back again, and it just kind of like smooths, like during one of the solos of Careless Whisper, your father just kind of jumps in, and you just move into the next song. So roll for music one last time.
That is an 11 total? Yes.
Okay, 11 total, and your father got 16. Again, the vibe kind of went down a little bit for that closing act. Your father, he just isn't into it today as much as he usually is. It's still good, and you close off well, but it wasn't, like the best show ever, but it was still good. And everyone did have a good time, so they clap afterwards. And is that Quis? And to close off, Bjornsons is going to go up and say some final words.
Now, wasn't that just peachy? Wasn't that just something great? Thank you to the Bjornsons once again for their musical prowess. Thank you to the bakers for this lovely cake. Thank you for the butcher for these beefsteaks and so much chicken.
That's my butcher. That's all he does. He just groans.
And so much chicken. Just such chicken to be had.
He just makes the noises of the animals being talked about.
I thank you all for meeting. I hope this transition will be a seamless one. I promise.
Suddenly,
oh my god,
mid-speech, there is an explosion.
Oh my god!
Not in the room, but you hear it. You hear just like this, like almost like almost like a little earthquake, a tremor, a shaking, and you see smoke coming from the direction of the Gorbo mine, and you hear everyone in the town just kind of starts murmuring, like, "What's going on?
Yeah,
like, what happened? What the hell?" And Salazar is like,
"Wait, real quick. I think Jonathan runs into the middle of the group and goes like, just gonna throw it out there. I didn't do anything.
You saw me. I was here.
I was here the whole time. I had a whole other thing. There was not at all involving the mine." They're not.
Or explosives.
100, but no, never that. 100%. I did not at all. This was not me.
Perfect. You see Salazar. He's like,
really
what?
Like that.
Katrina, come, let's go. And he starts running down there. You also see a couple of the other miners who were, in the region start heading down there. You see the man who works at the vegetable stand. He runs down there as well.
We have one.
And do you feel like Bjornsons should run? I feel like Bjornsons should.
Probably.
Bjornsons runs down there. Nobleman, sir. Nah, he ain't moving no one. He's like,
eating cake.
He's eating his cake. He's like, I like the icing.
He's still in the whisper thoughts thing. It just hasn't worn off for him.
Yeah. But what did I though? What could I have?
Rainer, Jonathan, do you want to run down there? Quis, does he run down there? Katrina, do you go down there?
No, Quis actually is kind of shooken by this noise, and I think he goes back to the house. He's got his own agenda.
Yeah, okay. We'll get to that in a moment. Rainer, what do? You stay? Do you go down there?
Oh boy. Yeah, I think he goes down there. Cool. I think he wants to know what's going on.
Perfect. You run down there, Jonathan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. You all run down there. Again, it's not that far. You just run down. You run past Salazar's manor.
Yeah.
To get there. And you get to the mine, and there's the fence on the outside, and there's some mill huts. And you see, smoke kind of just wisping out of the top. It's not like a whole lot, but it's kind of like just it's stuck to the top of the roof of the cave and it's kind of flinging out. And there's something about the smoke. It doesn't seem like normal smoke. It seems thinner and wispier than like regular smoke. It's not pluming as much. It's kind of like, it's different smoke. And it's hard to describe how it is, but it just looks different than regular smoke from a fire. That's how what you see from smoke. And you see a lot of miners flooding out, coughing and wheezing. Some of them normally they're covered in ash and dirt, or not ash, but they're covered in dirt and stuff. But some of them seem even more especially so, and a couple of them are even like holding their arm. Some of them seem to have maybe like burn marks on their side. You can't quite tell unless you were to look up. What does anyone do?
I think Jonathan kind of runs to the mouth and just kind of like tries to help people out.
Yep. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, you help the people out.
And I think Katrina's trying to find some sort of foreman or like team lead or something to talk to and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, she finds the punch-in miner.
Yeah, sure.
The miner that everyone has to punch when they check in.
Oh, yes.
She's talking with him.
Like Jeremiah or something.
Sure.
His name is Jeremiah. She's talking with Jeremiah, and he, is telling you, you're making head counts. You're counting everyone as they come out. Rainer.
He's not proud of it, but he's kind of stunned. Like, he has not seen something like this before, so he's just, like, looking from person to person. And I think he probably doesn't do anything super helpful for a few minutes.
No, that sounds good. While everyone is flooding out, obviously a lot of townspeople have come and they're gathering around the edge. And the vegetable stand owner kind of stands next to you. He says, "I knew it would happen."
What are you talking about?
Matter of time. What do you don't know the stories?
What stories? Are you talking about this mine?
Yeah, I'm talking about this mine. I'm talking about this whole town.
Okay, you can just fuck right off with pretending I should know what you're talking about.
Alright. You want me to tell you the story?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. It's a little bit of exposition time, boy.
Okay.
I'm an old man. I have stories.
I don't think Rainer actually swears at him. That was more Jamie.
Well, you see, long ago, and as he starts telling it, you can kind of tell like he's done this story before.
Yeah.
This is like the story he tells people, and as he's telling it, maybe you have heard it before. Okay. Maybe you have heard it said by him or by others.
And I think as this story is happening, there's like a split frame, and you're like we also see Quis in his room, and he's got like a ream of paper to his left, and he's got like a quill, and he's like beginning the drawings of a cow.
He's drawing the cow.
Damn it! I thought you were gonna say something like really interesting and
long time ago, before kings or countries or even cities existed, the land was ruled by powerful spirits, some good, like the writer, and some evil. And eventually war broke out between the spirits as they fought over control of the land. And then one day the writer, he won the battle, him and his allies. And he forced all of the dark and evil spirits to be subservient. Some of them are the lesser deities that other heinous groups worship, and some of them were sent to live in prisons and in tombs. One of them was a spirit that haunted the lands that we live. It was called Bazal Ghul, and this spirit roamed around the land and ate children.
Oh my God.
If they wandered in the night, it was almost as if he plucked them from the earth like berries from a bush. And when the writer won, he captured this spirit, Bazal Ghul, and threw him into the depths of the ground, and then enshrouded him in a spell so that he could never escape. Now the nature of this spell was so enchanting that it turned the stone and the earth around it into gold. And many years later, after the Elven Empire came and fell, people found this wealth of gold and began to dig. And that's what created this mine in the city that we live here. But people forgot about Bazal Ghul's tomb, and they dug, and I fear that they have dug too deep. And they have awoken Bazal Ghul from his tomb. And now his magic, if no one stops him, is seeping out from this cave.
How do you
and he's
know?
going to eat all our children.
Okay, that last part notwithstanding, how do you know about all this?
It's a story that's been told and passed down through the generations.
Okay, next question. You knew the mine was going to explode.
I mean, like, not today, but, like, someday. Like, if they kept digging, yeah.
Did you tell people? Like,
of course. Whenever they give me my veggies. That's what I do.
I really should have bought vegetables yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of people just eat bread in this town.
It's weird,
not
right?
Good. Get some cabbage, man. Get some cabbage.
Okay, well, I have no idea what to do with this information. But okay, Rainer starts running towards everything else that's going on.
Okay.
People leaving the mine.
People have now finished leaving the mine. Jeremiah, but they just kind of finished coming out, and they're all kind of clustering. And Jeremiah confirms with Katrina that they're still missing 5 people from inside the mine, and he's not willing to send people down there as of this moment. The smoke is too thick, and if anyone goes in there, they would suffocate on that smoke if they would go back down.
Yeah.
So Salazar, he's kind of in a huff. And again, if you guys want to do anything, just interrupt me as I keep talking. But Salazar, he's like, well, this is outrageous. We're going to lose a whole day's of work. We lost 5 good workers we lost 5 workers. I don't know who they were. This is ridiculous. And who knows? Katrina, can you do it how long until we can get back in here?
Well, it's going to take at least a week for us to get the correct safety equipment to go down there and clear it.
Safety equipment. Can we just get some people moving their hands fast enough to blow out all the smoke? Will that work?
That's not a good idea. Oh boy. Is he saying this so that loud enough everyone can hear?
Oh yeah, everyone can hear. I mean, he always shouts loud and everyone can hear him. And in fact, actually, the vegetable stand owner walks up and he's like, "Oh, a week will be much too long. By then, Basal Ghul will have escaped." And you hear Salazar saying, "Oliver, shut up with all of your yammerings about demons and spirits and stuff. This explosion, probably some knocked over whatever. I don't know how this works. All right, just need to shut up." And Oliver's like, "Listen, we must go in there. It'll be clear out by tomorrow. I know these things. It will be clear by tomorrow. Send in a few people to defeat Basal Ghul while he is still weak. Problem solved."
Casual.
Again, feel free to interject if any of your characters would. But Salazar, he's like, "All right, Oliver, I don't care about you. I don't care about your whatevers. Katrina, fine. If we get whatever we need so we can get back down there, and we'll compensate later."
Oliver.
Yes.
And I think he blurts that out, and then he gets a lot more nervous once he realizes that people are kind of really worried and intense, and now looking at him because he said something. How do we know what? Can you prove it? I don't know, man. I've never heard this story before, and I'm really worried if it's actually a real thing. I don't know.
Rainer, sometimes we can't prove anything.
Oliver, I don't think you understand that, right now, nobody believes you. And this whole town is, really freaked out. I'm not completely asking about myself.
If I'm wrong and no one does anything, then I'm wrong and it's fine. But if I'm right, no one goes down there. We will not have just lost 5 men today, but we will lose this entire town. And who knows, maybe even the whole kingdom.
I think at this point, Jonathan is just kind of standing at the mouth of the mine and just kind of staring in, just kind of looking.
Heed my words if you want. Come talk to me. Prepare yourself for your journey. And he lays his hand on your shoulder. But Rainer, you need to go down there.
Me?
And then he leaves.
What? No, wait. What do you? I'm assuming I can't.
You can
get
follow.
hold of him in time.
You can follow after him. You're a young boy.
Well,
where?
What do you mean he leaves?
He's walking back to his stand.
Stand?
Yeah, his vegetable stand.
Oh, yeah, but I thought we were in the mining area.
Yeah, so he's walking. He's got to walk back a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got.
So you can meet him on the road if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does. Yes.
He wants to meet. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, you catch up with him. Yeah.
Why did you? Okay, did you say me?
Yeah. Yes. You catch up to him. He kind of turns around and he's like, "Oh yeah, yes."
Why did?
I hope that was clear. Yeah.
No,
you specifically.
No, definitely. Why?
You can go with other.
Me?
Other people can go too, but you specifically need to go down there. Yeah.
Why? Why on earth would that be the case? Why?
You don't feel this stuff? Am I just the only one who knows these things? He kind of talks to no one else who's there. Seriously?
Yeah, I think we've established that, Oliver.
People can eat more vegetables, I swear.
This is like the same conversation we had 5 minutes ago. Why? Don't assume I know anything.
Okay.
Why is it me?
Listen, I can't explain it. It's not written down anywhere, but it's just my gut, my instinct. When I saw the explosion, I knew it was connected to this story. And then when we were down there and you were talking about it, I looked at you and I'm like, yeah, you're the one that's got to go down there. It's the way it is. I'm sorry, I can't give you more explanation. It's just kind of a feeling. But let me tell you something. That feeling's never been wrong. And I don't just use it for the weather and stuff. Right? I don't know. You got to believe.
He thinks he kind of takes that in, and he's thinking about that in the context of all this other shit that's been going on, and he looks at him and he says, everyone thinks about everything differently, and I don't even know, half the time I don't even know who's right about little things. I don't know how I can just take it on faith that something this big is, why would it be me?
I think Jonathan started to walk into the cave, or walk into the mine.
Okay. It is still very smoky.
He like wraps a bandana around his face.
Okay.
Is there any way for Raynor to know that? Probably can't see it.
No, you've run the other direction.
Right. Okay.
It's hard to see because of smoke. Now, you're familiar with the area. Obviously, you know this mine. So you have just walked into like the main room. You know that there are tables in this room, some workbenches. There's a door to like Salazar's internal mine office. And there is a cage with a canary who is chirping very loudly right now.
Okay, I'm going to go grab the canary.
Okay. You grab the canary. You got it. You were able to, like, since you
canary
know the...
acquired.
You know how to, like, since you know where the objects are, even though it's hard to see, you can still, like, maneuver. Roll me a dexterity.
Okay. 10.
Yeah, alright, you make it through. Like, it takes you a while to do it. It's not quick. You do bump the table a couple of times, but you're able to get to the canary, and you have the canary with you, who is just chirping a bunch.
I'm going to move deeper down into the mine.
Oh, we're doing this right now. Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright, it is very smoky, and I'm going to need you to make a strength check to see how well you internally are withholding.
21.
Okay, so you're holding up. You've coughed a couple of times, but not. It's just more of like what you do, so you're doing fine. As you move through again, it's very difficult to see, but you know, roll an intelligence, add 2 to extra because it's mine specific.
7.
You know there's a room to the left. You forgot what's in there. You bump into some carts on your right.
Okay, I think I'm just going to... Jonathan just kind of calls out. He's like, hey! Is anyone still down here?
No. You're nothing.
Okay, I'm going to just head back then.
Okay.
I'm with the canary.
Okay, you head back with the canary. Still chirping, but chirps a little bit less once it gets out of the smoke. Cool.
Raynor fully intends to, like, go back to town, find his dad, but he does feel like, just with how weird that conversation was, he does want to just, like, walk back a little bit and just, like, look at the mine and the people, you know? He's just...
It's like walk back towards the mine?
Yeah.
So you walk back towards the mine. The miners are kind of huddled around each other. The few that had more serious injuries are getting treated. The local healer has showed up, and she is helping with all of that. You see, Salazar is just kind of... He's just pacing. He's just pacing in circles.
I think I go up to him. Hey, do you know if everyone's out? Do you know if everyone's okay?
What?
The mine. Everything... Is everyone okay?
Talk to Jeremiah. He's keeping head count. I don't know. Whatever. I gotta think.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, I wish I had something clever to say to challenge him right now, but I don't think that's Raynor's wheelhouse. Yeah, is Jeremiah around?
Yep. Jeremiah is still talking to Katrina, so I'm just gonna have us start a dialogue, and you can just be talking. I don't think we can send anyone down there. It's too risky to get them. It's just, I don't know. What do you think, Katrina?
Well, I mean, what exactly happened?
I don't know. We were standard protocol. I mean, we had sent down the first crew to go to the lower regions. We had some upper level crews patrolling in those areas. It was just pretty standard procedure. I mean, you know the ledger, you know the hours, you know who was working. There was nothing new that we had going on in this explosion, from what I can tell.
But where did it come from?
It wasn't from the first level.
Raynor definitely did that thing where he didn't say something right when he got there, so now it's like too awkward to say something. So he's just kind of standing off to the side, like listening.
Yeah,
and, like,
I mean they're just continuing on. They're too into this that they don't really care.
Exactly.
People have been walking by a lot anyway. He's like, I can tell it wasn't from the first level based off the the injuries of who's here. I would have to assume it's from one of the deep. It started deep down and rippled up.
Okay, well, I guess I can work with that for now. Make sure to go check in with the healer, Jeremiah.
Yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, I can do that. Katrina, is there anything else you need? I mean, obviously, we got a lot of stuff to figure out.
I mean, I need to think.
Okay, sorry. No, I'll let you do thing. You can tell, Raynor, that, like, Jeremiah and Katrina, they got a good relationship going on. Like, they've worked together.
Yeah, they actually have their heads on straight about this whole mine situation as opposed to some people.
As the punchman and the manager, they both kind of... They're the ones who really run this, right?
I think Katrina kind of goes up and kind of like puts her hand in the smoke and just kind of feels it a little bit.
Okay, let's go with intelligence then. Yeah.
9.
She can feel it. She can feel the smoke moving past her. Because normally when you feel smoke, you don't. But she can just feel it moving past her, and that's about it.
Okay. I think she's kind of just standing there, like, looking at her hand.
Hey, do you know if everyone's out?
We're still missing 5, and I don't know what to do about that.
Jeez, well, this is gonna sound awfully strange, but have you heard any, like, weird legends or old stories about these mines?
I mean, we live in a pretty small town. I mean, we grow up. Parents tell us stories.
Yeah, I don't know. It was stupid to bring it up. I don't know. This guy was just yammering about something after the explosion went off or whatever that was, and I don't know. I guess it just got me freaked out. I'll leave you to.
Okay, well that was really weird and vague. Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm sorry. He's doing the stammering thing again. I guess
I think Katrina's familiar too with like this story like specifically.
Like she would know before he brought it up what he was talking about.
She could. You might even know.
I was gonna keep talking.
Oliver might have like come up to her and her father and like begged them to stop digging at times.
Okay.
So she's probably heard him protest in the past.
I didn't mean to sound so weird and dramatic.
No. It's just everyone's kind of on edge. I really don't know what to make of all this.
I mean, if it was something crazy like a demon spirit or something, I mean, how would anyone even know that? You know.
What do we do about that? I mean, I can't. It's not just like you can go in and just plug up a hole.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Before this, I was worried about playing a stupid song. He's realizing that, like, he has no idea what to do in this situation, and he doesn't even know if there's any way he can help, or if anything he's concerned about even matters, and that is just kind of messing with his head.
Listen, Raider, thanks. I really gotta talk to some people and do some stuff.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
So I gotta do that.
Okay. And now Rainer is the one who's, like, looking up at the smoke because that's just freaking weird. And then he leaves because he's freaked out and scared.
Where do you go?
I wonder if I would have known that Jonathan came down to the mine but, like, hasn't left. There's no way I would know that, right?
You can see him.
Yeah. Oh, he did get out.
Yeah, I came back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you see him there. Yep. He's there, yeah.
Okay, I think a similar question. Jonathan, okay, I'm just gonna say it. Oliver, the vegetable guy, just ran up to me and just started talking about, like, some crazy demon monster that lives at the bottom of the mine. And I don't know what any of that means, but I can't stop thinking about it. And do you know any of that? Those stories and stuff?
The old, like, the legend about the demon thing. Yeah. Basil Ghoul. Yeah, the one the one they say is in the earth.
I don't know, I guess, have you ever wondered if those are, like, true?
I mean, fucking no, but, like...
Yeah, me neither.
I'm just kind of sitting here looking at this mine, and I'm kind of like thinking to myself, like, 60 guys go in, 55 guys come back out, and I've never seen any smoke like this, so I'm pretty ready to believe whatever. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Katrina said we're gonna have to send somebody down. We have to figure out what happened to those 5 guys, which is actually a great burger joint. We got to find out what happened to them. I mean, I just went down a little bit into the mine, and I couldn't see anybody.
Wait, just now?
Yeah.
With the smoke and everything?
Well, I mean, it's not. Yeah, I work in a mine. I'm used to, like.
They just said that no one can go in there because you might die.
Well, obviously, they were wrong. I'm just saying.
Oh God. Okay.
Look, what Katrina had said that they're gonna have to send somebody down there anyway. So, my plan. I don't have a plan. All I'm saying is I'd like to know what happened to those 5 guys. So I'm probably going to volunteer to go down and see what happened.
This is... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I might too.
Perfect. Great. I've waited for this day my whole career. I got a hard hat for you with a light on it.
Oh my God.
I took your measurements while you were napping someday.
All right. Once again, I'm going to ignore that last bit.
What's in the mine? Really excited about this one. Been excited for this one. Been waiting for you to ask to go down to the mine with me and do some shenanigans. I'm excited.
One last question for you. Would you think less of me if you knew that I was doing this because some crazy guy told me it was my destiny?
Absolutely.
All right. Good. Cool. I don't know what I was expecting with that question. Oh, boy. We're doing this.
You doing it right now?
I don't think we're doing it right now.
No. Whoa. I just came back. I'm not ready to go back down.
We do not have the preparations necessary. And Rainer's just kind of like takes a deep breath out and he's just like, I am going to do this. And I have to find some way to either tell my dad or not tell my dad.
Okay, well, while you do that, I'm gonna go grab my chicken feathers and put them back where I hid them in the first place.
God,
I can't let them go to waste.
Keep forgetting those are even out there in the world.
You can't forget the chicken feathers.
I can and I do.
Never forget the chicken feathers. They come in so handy in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I go and get the chicken feathers, and I just kind of keep them with me.
Oh, you keep them with you? All right, you have them on you. Make sure that's in your inventory, my boy. We'll forget next recording.
1 pound.
Yeah, you only got 1 pound this time.
Okay, right. Rainer definitely goes to try to find his dad.
Okay, you'll find your dad. He's back in the town square.
Yeah.
And he's kind of tuning something and muttering to himself. He's like, so maybe that's why. I was out of tune. I don't know, man. It feel right. This didn't feel right.
You think...
Rainer, you're back. What's going on? You can choose to say you told him what you've learned.
Yeah. About the mine and everything? Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
I do not tell him about Oliver and some of those other details.
Well, son, that's crazy to hear. I'm glad. Jonathan was safe. I'm glad he was here. And
yeah.
Oh, I've been ashamed to lose him. He's like a son to me. Remember that?
I do. Yep, I remember.
But you're my son. And he touches. I want to say though, you really did do great. I'm proud of you. You did a good job today, son.
Yeah. You don't find it kind of hard to focus on music and stuff when part of our town just blew up?
Son, music emerges when we're at our highest points in life and when we're at our lowest. I wrote most of my songs after
Dad, are you high?
I wrote most of my songs after your mother passed away. That's when I wrote a lot of my songs. And I feel like people are going to need some more songs after this.
Yeah, this is going to sound strange. Boy, I've been saying that a lot today. This is going to sound strange, but what would... I don't know. I mean, with Mom and everything, if something happened to me, like if I was in danger or I did something crazy and reckless and I was, if you weren't sure if I was safe, would you be okay? Like, what would happen,
Son, I want you to be safe as your father. That's just my natural state of mind. But, I don't know, I want you to do what you think you should do. I remember my father always tried to control me, and... I wasn't a fan of that, so I left. Well, I followed the trade because, we've been buds for a long time. But, it's Bjornsons. I want you to be safe, son. I want you to be smart. I want you to think things through and prepare yourself for life. But, chances are good, too. That's how I met your mother, taking a chance. And that's how I invented, he strums his lute, my one-man band.
Rainer very briefly considers... The thought goes through his head of, maybe I should play a little bit of the song and see if there's something he's not telling me about how he would really be. And then he doesn't do that, and he probably starts crying just a little bit, and he gives him a big hug.
Love you, son.
I love you too, Dad.
All right, now oh, you get me.
Yeah.
Well, let's clean up.
Yeah.
Let's
get our stuff back, I guess.
Yeah, and I gotta tune my lute. And that is not a metaphor. I really do have to tune it.
Yeah, if that was a metaphor for something else, I wish you hadn't said that, actually, because now I'm thinking about it.
So you guys head home now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to start wrapping up the session, but we've got a few more things. We have to make sure Jake's characters. How do you guys?
I think Jonathan goes home and he's kind of making preparations for, he's putting together his kit and Rainer's kit as well, which he's had in a bag under his bed, ready to go at any moment. And he's just kind of making sure the bulbs work on their hard hats, or not bulbs, but the lanterns work on their hard hats. And he kind of looks out in the direction of the mines and kind of thinks for a second. And he grabs all of his stuff and heads into town, and he knocks on the baker's door.
Mm-hmm. Leroy opens the door.
Hey, oh my God. Hey, what up, Johnny boy?
Hey, Leroy. Listen, you mind if I...
I'm in. I'm down.
That's cool. Do you mind if I sleep here tonight?
Oh. Oh, yeah, you can do that too, yeah.
Great. Second question. You still got that hard hat I gave you?
Boy, you know I've been eating my cereal out of that every day.
That's okay.
I put that in the liquid holding shelf.
Would not have expected anything.
Because it does. It holds it.
Great. So yeah, then they go to bed.
Cool.
Quis is kind of passed out at the desk, and on his right side he has a disheveled pile. All around him are like crumpled papers with like different iterations of cows all over them.
Oh my God.
And on the one that is just directly in front of him, he was drawing as he was kind of dozing off. And as he was drawing it and falling asleep, it became less of a cow and more of something else.
Oh my God.
And so it had 6 legs and a large horned head, and in each of its legs has like a hand at the end of it, and in each of its hand it's holding.
I feel like you're quoting like a Bible prophecy
it sounds,
right now.
I'm really
it
not.
really does.
Keep going.
But in each of its hand, it's holding a different object. One of them is a bell, and one is a spear, and one is a book, and one is a pen. And in the last 2, it's holding a sundial and an amulet.
Mm-hmm.
And his pencils kind of trailed off the page as he slumped over in his chair. And that's all we see of Quis.
Jake, what?
Katrina's getting home for the night, and it's way later than normal, and she kind of goes into her bedroom and she pulls out the box and kind of counts what's in there, and she kind of thinks to herself, like, it's enough. And she kind of closes it and slides it back under her bed, and she lies awake for a few more minutes, and she decides that she's gonna finish this business with the mine before like moving on with her plan, but it won't be too much longer now. And then she goes to sleep, a fitful sleep with not much rest.
Hey everyone, it's Nathan coming to you here at the end of the episode. I just wanted to bring you a couple of quick announcements, so don't click away or skip ahead. You might want to hear these. First of all, I just want to thank you so much for listening to Night's Quest. It really means a lot to Jake, Jamie, and myself that people are actually listening, so that's super cool. Thank you. If you are enjoying what you're listening to, please leave us a good review on iTunes. That really helps us out since we're a brand new podcast. We're super crucial. Or just tell your friends about us. Tell people that you think might be interested, your D&D buddies, your nerd friends, people who just enjoy a fun time. Tell them about it. Send them over here. We'd really appreciate that. But on to the big announcement. Night's Quest now officially has an Instagram account and a Facebook page where you can follow those. So the Instagram account is nights.quest and the Facebook page is nights.quest.podcast. And if you follow those, you are going to be able to find our special item cards, our character sheets, the maps, basically anything visual that we can't relay to you guys on the podcast. We wanted to make sure you guys could become as fully a part of the story as we are, and we've got some fun doodles that I think you guys might find interesting. So again, follow us on Instagram, nights.quest, and Facebook, nights.quest.podcast if you want to be interested in seeing more stuff about the show. But yeah, I'll probably be doing something at the end of every episode, and we'll have a different character do that. So again, feel free to stick around at the end of the closing song to hear more thanks and ramblings and announcements that we might have for you guys, the listeners. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you all next week.